Glad to have you. Now, it has generated controversy on many media platforms as some pundits expressed doubts about its feasibility. Those who believed in the policy defended it and were optimistic it will be the game changer for education in Ghana. The dust is settling now as first-year senior high school students report to school to enjoy the NPP's flagship program. Ahead of its official launch by President Akufo-Addo to fully commence the program, JoyNews' agenda focuses on how it all started and the debate about its feasibility. Here's a report by Maxwell Agbagba.
The transition from junior to senior high school comes with its own challenges. Many potential senior high school students have had the education truncated at the JHS level, mainly because of the astronomical cost of SHS education. Page 104 of the NPP's 2016 Manifesto on Education promised free SHS for junior high school graduates. Quote, the core elements of the program shall be free education for all Ghanaian children up to senior high school to ease the burden on parents and guardians while encouraging them to assume their responsibility for the social upbringing and parental control of their children. After the heated political campaigns, President Akufo-Addo is cited one of his major campaign promises will come to fruition.
By your work, by the energy and dynamism of Matthew Poku Prempeh, Minister for Education, MP for Mensia South, in 3 weeks' time, the free senior high school is going to roll out and become a reality in the lives of our country. That we are all in the same boat. We're rowing toward the same destination about the upliftment of Ghana and about freedom in Ghana.
Though President Akufo-Addo is sure of the success of this program, many are also pessimistic. General Secretary of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, David Ofori-Achampong, wants government to tread cautiously.
This present government has a lot of history to learn from. They started the school feeding program. It got to a point, it got out of hands. Now, luckily, they are back. What have they learned that went wrong last time? And what strategies are in place to correct the mistakes of the past? Yeah, there are still critical issues because it all has to do with issues of resources. Resource allocation. Is it adequate? Does it cut across the whole country? That also talks about the fact that if the state is interested in ensuring that standards are high, then resources ought to be provided. Providing resources for education officers, for them to be able to go around and providing logistics, providing incentives to the teachers in the communities. These are all critical issues.
Conference wishes to communicate that in the implementation process, all stakeholders should hold themselves in readiness to make some financial sacrifices, even in a free.
The National Association of Graduate Teachers also envisages funding challenges with implementation of the policy. General Secretary Stanislav Nabome is calling for a broader consultation to respond to the possible challenges the program could face.
As much as $1.2 billion. Conference further wishes to remind government that the best total plans are likely to meet unexpected shocks. Hence, the need for broader consultation and the need to respond to such shocks as they emerge. It is similarly anticipated that the implementation of the policy will lead to expansion in enrollment and the recruitment of teachers and other supporting staff, with a concomitant rise in wage bill. Sufficient budgetary preparation should be made to avoid the unpleasant situation of over-bloated class sizes, delayed payments of salaries, and withdrawal of incentives that will demoralize teachers.
I'm aware that they have reached out. They have reached out to other donor agencies to come support.
Which institutions are we talking about?
Because they are struggling to find the money here. I know they've reached out. They've reached out to the World Bank.
The source of funding and the cost has also been a major talking point. Government says it has allocated 400 million cedis for the 2017-2018 academic year. But former Deputy Minister of Education, Samuel Okudzeto-Blakwa, says the figure is wrong and the policy cannot be sustained.
A lot has been done, but what is clear to me is that government is going to struggle to find the money for adequate implementation. Proper implementation of free SHS, you need 600 million cedis a term. 1.8.
They say 400 million. They say by the second and third term, so there have been lesser than that because one of items that are supposed to be taken care of will be taken care of. How do you do a different calculation and still insist that the current government got the numbers wrong?
They got the numbers wrong, and you can see already. And we are not the only ones saying that. The Ghana National Education Coalition has said that.
Okay.
The likes of Professor Odro at UCC have said that. And that is why if you look at the numbers are not adding up. The numbers are not adding up. They should tell us.
So they will struggle with the funding.
They will struggle with the funding. They will not be able to find the money, and that is why
they will not be able to sustain it. You think so?
It's not sustainable.
For access, we've talked about removing financial barrier. It's left with physical access. We intend to construct 42 model schools. The Ministry of Finance.
But Education Minister Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh remains hopeful. He says the World Bank is considering a $40 million support for the free senior high school initiative, in addition to the 400 million cedis government has allocated for the 2017-2018 academic year.
We are undergoing a project called Secondary Education Improvement Project, where they are helping to develop some schools, helping the teachers and the lecturers, putting the science teachers also to task and training and building their capacity. So it's a total package. The World Bank has, looking at how we are fared, has decided to increase the funding by another $40 million to make sure that a project of bringing up the most failing schools in this country, we get to the end of it. 2017, with about 268,000 writing, and looking at these same numbers, we have enough.
In case you still have doubts about what the President Akufo-Addo-led government means when it says free senior high school education, Education Minister Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh talks about its components and latest additions.
There will no longer be admission fees, library fees, science fees, no computer lab fees, no examination fees, no utility fees. There will be free textbooks. That is a new addition on the GS approved list. Free textbooks, free boarding, free meals, and day students will get a meal for free, another addition. So day students now are also going to be fed in school.
President Akufo-Addo on 21st August posted on his social media page, quote, "Those who said I could not do it for propaganda purposes, I hope in September when the free SHS program begins, they will have the generosity of heart to say that Nana, come for a stone on Cove." Reporting for JoyNews, Maxwell Agbagba.
So let's see if this policy is being implemented.